Aside out of the way, women, especially the matriarchs, would usually discover or invent items from observation of animals and plant life using semiotics to improve the quality of life for the collective, for everyone involved. And some basic examples I can think of off the top of my head are baskets and weaving in general, maybe from watching spiders, right? The idea of if you're gonna bring us all this food, we need something to carry it with, or we need to be able to weave the clothing that keeps us warm. We need to be able to construct teepees or some sort of housing, and that uses weaving techniques. So, quality of life, right? Or even agriculture, the idea that you're planting things and it's growing, and the women had to be in charge of that, not because they're better in general, but because they literally have a calendar internally that syncs up to the lunar cycle so that they can figure out by feeling and intuition. Again, I'm not a woman, so I don't know how that feels, but the synchronicity, the correlation of your cycle being tied to the moon would also be a good time teller of how and when to do things for specific crops. What do you do when you have a society of men where they are not good enough to cut it to have their genes passed along, or they are committing dishonorable acts that gets them exiled from the tribe, right? What happens then? Well, those weak men or dishonorable men group together, and then they create an echo chamber of excuses of, why they're not good enough to justify their inadequacies instead of doing the work to be fully realized men. It's kind of like Reddit for incels today, or Congress. Now,